So we just finished eating some dinner. Now we're heading outside of Richfield, heading towards Bryce Canyon. And we've got even a third party with us today.
Hey, that's my little brother Jameson. So we are heading down to Bryce Canyon to capture the Perseid Meteor shower. August 12th and August 13th are always the big peak moments for the meteor shower because you can count on these yearly to always be spectacular, some more than others depending on the moon. We knew that this would be a great time to get out there. According to the weather, we saw that there are clouds right now in the area, but it's clearing up, and then tomorrow there are going to be clouds all the way to midnight. But after midnight is when the peak really starts, and it goes all the way till dawn. And so during the peak hours, we're actually golden because the meteor showers will not be blocked with any clouds. So it's going to be fantastic.
I'm already seeing some red rocks up here, some red sand and white sand mixed together. It's pretty cool. And it's nice and clear, so maybe it'll stay this way.
We'll just have some cloud cover, they said, if anything, but I think they said by 6 p.m. it's opened up, so maybe already it's golden.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've got decisions to make. We just got back in from capturing some photos of this silo house. It was more than just a silo. It had 4 silos. It had a red building coming off of it. It was right on a river, so maybe it was some sort of water mullen.
There's something. Yeah, there's some stairs going up the, I mean, it's 4 stories tall. It's as tall, this structure was as tall as the silos, so
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The tough part about it is that we have not tried to capture a shot with so much moon. Tonight, it's the perfect time for the Perseids, but it has a 60% illuminated moon. And with the 60% illuminated moon, man, it is just daylight. You look at the shots that we have, check this out. It looks like that's the sun setting behind the hills of this house and the trees. You wouldn't assume right away that that's the moon.
Yeah, the moon was right behind those clouds, just lighting them up so bright. It was insane.
So we're almost at Bryce Canyon right now, and we can see the city of Bryce. So we're gonna get ourselves into the park, get ourselves set up, and we'll get the cameras out and show you guys our way in the pitch black. And I have spent the last 30 minutes to an hour just trying to find my composition. It got really tough. The challenge right away when we got here is that the pathway that leads down to where we wanted to go is not in this area. And we came later than we expected to be here, and so I thought, let's just go ahead, stay on this rim trail and find our way around here for a good spot. At this point you think, well, dang, what's the point of taking the shot and pretending like it's Bryce Canyon when you can't even see that it's Bryce Canyon? So I gave up on that and we started focusing on these trees in the area. I'm gonna ruin my time-lapse frame that has this moment, but it's okay as long as it's under awesome meteor. But here you see my camera set up. I have a intervalometer attached. It's sitting there running every 5 seconds. It will turn on a 20-second shot. So every 5 seconds it runs full 20 seconds of a capture and then waits 5 more seconds and then does 20 more seconds of a capture. So I went with a very, very, very low tripod. I am underneath what is this tree right here that you can't make out. That tree. Oh, you can't see branches. We want to show the sky. We want to get that sky all nice and crisp and make sure we cover a lot of it so that we can see these meteors going by in our time lapse. So we light painted a tree. We got ourselves set up around the composition of a tree and the opposite end Milky Way. The tree and the sky, they aren't exactly the plan that I had, but it's a good practice moment. There was a meteor that happened just now in my frame. Hopefully my red light isn't ruining it right now. This is not what I wanted, but the framing on the radiant is a good experiment. I'm finding out whether it's going to be something that blows or it's going to be fantastic. So might as well use tonight as a practice. Make sure I got everything figured out with my camera and my lens and the way I want to capture my shot tomorrow night. And then Friday night it's going to be cloudy up until midnight, but really the moon is up until 1 a.m. So the best time is going to be after 1 a.m. So I need to be set up tomorrow in a spot that I find interesting, point myself towards the Milky Way bulge area because that's where we've been seeing most of them, and then get as much of the sky as possible in there and we'll go from there.
Oh, now I'm gonna stumble because I can't see. Okay, so I'm setting up the shot here with I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm gonna see if I can see it here. There's these really awesome trees, these old dead trees, tree bones that are here at Bryce just off the side of the cliff, and they make really awesome subjects for your photos, and there's tons of stars behind them. So it looks really cool to get these trees just reaching up for the sky and almost like they're touching the stars, and it's just fantastic. So it would make a really cool background for some kind of really cool like fantasy background if you want to add more to it and stuff. It'd be really fun to do that. So I may play around with that in the future, but even as they are, I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I'll tell you a little bit about my settings here. Let me just figure out a way to turn it back on. It's 15 seconds at 3.5. I mean, they're not like stellar for star pictures, but as you can see, I got the canyon in there. Really clear picture of those trees because the trees were actually lit up by the moonlight. So the moon was starting to set and the tree and the canyon are all lit by the moon setting. The moon, I think, is at about 60% brightness tonight. So, and then once that moon set, man, that sky just got so bright. It's such a dark side out here. So pretty excited. I'm pretty happy with the results.
It's 2:55 right now. It's starting to feel really cold. Starting to get the sniffles sitting out here, and my face is numb. But it's been fun. I have my time lapse running for the last hour and a half. It is in the same spot where the tree was. It's shining on those stars, and hopefully there's been enough meteors. I can't check it now. I'll wait until the morning to check it. I wanted to show you how I'm sleeping. Here's one of the trees that are nearby my camera over there. There it is. It's set up by the cooler. My bag is on the ground there. Hopefully no one will trip into this tomorrow or over the night. The tree that I got in shots over there. And here's my sleeping situation. I'm right here on this chair. I'm going to set up this sleeping bag. This chair will fold all the way back and become a nice layback chair or something to watch the meteors with and keep my camera safe and sleep right next to it. So now I'm going to climb into this sleeping bag, warm up, keep an eye on these meteors, and just listen to some music until I fall asleep. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. So here we are, it's morning. Brendan's camera actually has battery still, and so he's capturing some sunrise time lapse, as this is what we were camping around last night. Bryce Canyon National Park. It's so beautiful, it's really awesome. Tomorrow morning, we are hopefully gonna be in a lot of that down there and making sure it's part of our astrophotography for the Perseids. So for now, let's get some breakfast and get warm. So we just went out and had some breakfast. Every single one of us are really tired now that we have food in our belly.
Galaxy Cafe.
Yeah, if you're in the area,
Utah.
Hatch, Utah. If you're in the area, go to Galaxy. Right now we're heading down to an auto shop to see if they have any Allen wrenches on hand, which they probably will, so I can tighten my tripod. I got a section of my tripod that's loose that's spinning the entire base at the top, so see what these guys can do to help me out.
Find like a camp spot.
These guys, they're so freaking tired and grumpy, we don't know what to do. I fixed my tripod. I got this tightened down here. What was going on is right here got loose in the vibration of the car on the way here as I have my ball head on here. And so this whole plate on the top of the visor was rotating. So even though I had my ball head clamped down and tight, the entire base of the visor tripod was rotating, which was incredibly annoying. And we're good to go, except these guys, they want a nap. They're tired, they're grumpy. We really have 12 hours until we should even begin looking for a place to get our camera, so I suppose we could take a nap all we want. Where are we going?
I want a place with tall trees so we can actually like have some shade all day.
Funny thing is, we keep looking everywhere.
I wish you could just type in shady spot.
Yeah, shady acres, please.
Siri, where is somewhere shady? These guys are still deciding what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna give you a nice chubby face close-up of what's going on right now.
Duck Creek, we go
I
to Duck Creek
installed
Village.
magic lantern on this because last night I had a horrifying event. I get up this morning after 6 hours of time lapse, sleeping and not sleeping and freezing cold, only to find out that my camera, where the intervalometer was running, mind you, it was running when I was doing light painting. It had the light painting going on, I can see my pictures, I was testing it. When I finally clicked the intervalometer to go again, and I thought it was running just fine, and the light on the intervalometer was going for 20 seconds, it would stop, wait 5 seconds, start again. Everything, all signs pointed to it working. I find out today that it captured one long exposure, so I have a 34 megabyte white picture of everything that happened while I was sleeping last night.